Hello friends, I am Munaf and today I am here to share something with you. As we know that all the things around us is our nature. So do you know that maximum things which you use in our day-to-day life, starting from the paper which you use to the water that you drink, it comes all from the nature. Don't you think we have a responsibility towards the nature of just uh, taking things? We must repay it by taking care of it. I'm not telling that just stop using usage of the natural resources, but I'm just telling stop the wastage of resources. For example, many people have the tendency of tearing the paper just because while writing there are errors in their pages. So they just tear off, but they don't realize that the the trees are being cut for the paper which they are using. And it is not just one or two paper which are being wasted every year, but there are lakhs, millions of pages which are being thrown away or just not used. You may have seen that many people have the tendency of leaving 4 to 5 lines while they write just because they think that what would happen if I just leave a space. But they don't think that for if they reduce the usage of 1 to 2 lines, they can save cutting of one trees. Because, for example, you're writing in a page and you just write in a page for 50 to 60 words, but there is a space of writing 120 words. The space which could be used for writing 60 words got just wasted. But if we just don't waste lines and just try to write with less spaces, not just giving this much space within the letters, we can reduce the space. I'm not just telling that reduce paper, but all the natural resources, because this all comes from the mother nature. Do you know that if you tear one page or just paste it, there is no loss. But if you just tear it and just crush it and throw it in the dustbin, do you know that they are not being recycled anywhere? But if you try to recycle it, then the tearing of the page is not a big harm. But people have the tendency of just using it but not recycling it. If the usage is lessened and we recycle things together, we can help in taking care of the nature. Today, I will just tell you about how the lockdown has resulted in the nature's well-being, because as we know that in the lockdown nobody has been allowed to go out of their houses, and industrial and social work which were being running at the full swing has come to a stop, because in the coronavirus pandemic the government has applied strict rules of not going to work, but doctors, healthcare workers are still going to work, but they are not just wasting our environment, they are just working for the well-being of the people. So this way we also can in this lockdown do something for our nature. As for example, doctors are working for our well-being and going out in without the fear of the virus being just getting affected, and just working for not their need but for our need to just keep us safe. They are going in risk. So let me share you about how the coronavirus pandemic has led to a improve in the nature. As we know that coronavirus is threat to our global world, which has led to some bad and good impacts. Before the start of coronavirus pandemic, the air around us has deemed to be very toxic to breathe due to the amount of greenhouse gases that has been emitted over in the centuries. The Earth has faced rising temperatures, which in turn led to melting of glaciers, rising of sea levels, environmental degradation. was happening fast due to the depletion of resources such as air, water, soil. But after the coronavirus lockdown commenced, there has been slight changes in the environment. The World Health Organization estimates that 3 million people die every year due to ailments caused by air pollution, etc. And more than 80% of the people living in the urban areas are exposed to air qualities that exceed safe limits. The situation is worse in low income countries, where 98% of the cities fail to meet the WHO air quality standards. If there's something positive to talk about the terrible crisis is that it has provided a taste of the air we might breathe, and we can just breathe and look forward to a low carbon future. The nature is not polluted these days, as we know that the functions of the factories are being shut down, and and automobiles, as we know, are lesser used, which minimizes the harm to the nature. The coronavirus pandemic has led to increase in air quality all around the world. Lockdowns have resulted in factories and roads shutting down, thus reducing emissions from the factories and roads. To contain the coronavirus pandemic, billions of people have been told to stay at home. Ahead of this World Health Environment Day on June 5, experts have outlined several environmental factors that had got improvements in India as a result of lockdowns, namely air pollution, noise pollution, water quality, biodiversity, and others due to reduced industrial human activities. Thank you. Bye bye. But please don't forget my words.